to a fucking war.
I'm gonna be honest, most of the time, checkpoint RPs kind of dissolve like that, but, you know, say la vie.
They always dissolve like that by the end.
We want to play
hey, break. It is time. Can I get a ground command, please?
Really? Okay.
Alright. Can I get the medics field and the 2IC field, please? Okay. Can I get... We have, what, 27 people, so... Alright, we'll play this by ear. Can I get Section 1 Command Squad Leader and Section 2 Command Squad Leader?
Squad lead,
Not the Section 1 Alpha Team Lead, the Section 1 Command Squad Lead. But Flog, you know what? You can... Okay, never mind. Charlotte saved you.
He can take Section 2.
He can take Section 2. Come on, Flog. Go for it. No, that's... Okay. Section 2.
You know what? He can take Section 1.
He doesn't see it.
God, I missed doing this.
Okay.
Turn on our listening ears.
That's 2IC sections. You know what? Okay. All right. He figured it out eventually. Can I get 2 ICs for both of those sections, please? Send in Goat Team 6 now.
Liru for
okay,
president.
Thank you. Okay, man. Thanks for the 43-month resub. Section 2, guys. Come on. I need the 2 IC. And while that's getting filled, can I get a team leader for section, the alphas and bravos for the sections? I'm going to use this as least words as I can, and people will figure it out. Okay. All right.
Is that what you meant?
All right, now I need Section 2 Alpha and Section 2 Bravo team leads.
Do you have enough people for this?
We do.
We do. Yeah.
The way I'm going to divide it. Can I get the auto rifleman for Section 1 Alpha and Section 1 Bravo? Okay. Can I get 2 riflemen for Section 1 Alpha and Section 1 Bravo? Do not take slot 5. Okay. Can I now get team leads for Section 2 Alpha and Section 2 Bravo? I'm going to start polling people, and you're not going to like it.
I don't bite, guys. I promise.
Alright, can I get the auto rifleman for Section 2 Bravo? Can I get 2 riflemen for Section 2 Bravo? Alright, can I get the Section 2 Alpha team leader?
Do it.
Cool, you've been assigned. Can I get Section 2 Alpha auto rifleman? Can I get the rifleman slots 3 and 4 for Section 2 Alpha? Really?
They're dead.
I guess they are.
People want marksman.
Okay, I'm gonna say it right now. You're not getting marksman today, so...
Corn, YOLO, there?
JJ?
Yeah, I'm joining. Just give me a second.
Wait, what happened to the TL?
Shit's being weird.
Now?
Darn, your mic's working now.
Cole,
Can
you
I get
unslotted
the
in case you didn't
marksman
notice.
Why is my
no,
monitor
no
not
marksman
getting
today.
any fucking signal from...
We don't have the player count for the marksman.
Business anyway.
We do.
Actually,
No, we don't.
We have exactly.
No, we don't.
No, we don't. We just don't.
How many people are needed
Alright,
for
can
it?
I get a rifleman in Section 2 Alpha and Section 1 Alpha? And that will top us off.
Is he here? I haven't heard him speak.
Corn! Jesus!
Yes.
Alright, pushing us to map.
Corn!
Arn!
What slot? Still open?
Rifleman slots.
Yeah.
Okay.
And only after the rifleman slots are filled, then you can take the marksman.
You're the streaming later?
Yep.
I got...
Okay, man, great to see you on that last Sunday. Hope you keep enjoying everything. Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Alright, so here's the deal. We're going to be starting off at the patrol base we took in the past. We still have all the same assets. This is literally just a smaller version of what we did last time yesterday. So this will only take about an hour to an hour and a half at most. Then the next mission or two will focus in the northern areas where we'll be doing some camp hitting and whatnot. But I assure you this will also be a fairly interesting one. Otherwise, same rules. Take the red zones that are flagged, and then avoid civvy deaths. That's it. Because I know people probably voted for this so they can get tagged, so we can start up on the Tuesday stuff, and then in 2 weeks there's also a Friday one that's tagged. I will publish details about those later, as well as talk about them during the Community Town Hall meeting this weekend. Does Ground Command have any questions?
Nope.
Okay. Do the section leads have any questions?
No.
Okay.
No.
Let's get started. Okay, that's fine.
I'll do it.
There we go. Teleport me over there.
Matt Marine's gonna stick with
Delete
me.
the body, inventory, because I copied these over.
Okay, grab a radio out of the BTR. The other two I see on my group. I think how it goes. Now I have no picture of radios.
Alright, reduce those by 1, and let's get everything sorted. So I hope you're all doing a-okay, guys. Wee woo here. We were going to do a Black Templar op, but due to circumstances, that's not happening, and I don't think I'm going to be working with that community anymore. Let me just quickly get stuff set up, and I will we'll then go over everything.
What frequency is Section 1 command on?
Okay, no, that was right.
Section 2 is going to be on 5-2.
Section 1 is on 6-0.
Ambient animation, no, and we're gonna do, cool. So as I get this set up, basically, they had the mission file for over a month. They made a new mod set, but they took the map file out, and they didn't tell me till yesterday, and they also told me it was my responsibility to make sure that the mission file was compatible with the mod set, and I'm like, okay. Can't really do that since you took the map out and you knew that that map was needed for the campaign, so I don't really know what you want me to do, so I guess this means we're done. So what we're going to do is those 2 remaining areas, because I don't want to let Valkyrie's work go to waste, because, I mean, Valkyrie literally burnt herself out to make that map. I am going to reappropriate it.
Section leads, get your things loaded up into your PTRs.
Probably for Revy's guys, because after the 3rd mission this weekend, he wants to book me for once a month.
Which
so we can do those final 2 missions from there, and then we have some stuff on Lingor
Delete the front one.
Yeah.
that we can then do. So I can have his missions like pre-made for literally till like March at that point, and before I have to, you know, spend hours to work that out, and that's also paid work, so works for me. But, you know, in all honesty, I'm probably making a mountain over a molehill about it. It was probably, and I even said that to him. It's like, you know, this is probably just another honest mistake, but here's the deal. Like, last month, we couldn't do anything because Arma had an update, and they use a program called Faster that, you know, for mod downloading, and that can be an absolute bitch to work with. But, you know, at what point do I... like, this will be the 2nd month, and, oh, we have to cancel again because, you know, miscommunication. But this one wasn't on me at all. This was on, well, you guys had the mission file for a month, and you opted not to
open up on your map,
incorporate
section leads,
what you
you'll
booked
see
before, so.
the path I want us to go in. Section 1 will stick to the southwestern side, and Section 2 will stick to the northeastern side. If we get engaged along the road, I want you to take up that sort of positioning with your infantry, with Section 1 taking left side, Section 2 taking right side. And yeah, there should be It should be quick and easy. Clear the towns. Before we leave, we meet up at our RP point, which I'll mark in a second, and then yeah, clear the both towns, and then we'll mortar the patrol base and push up the hill. All good.
Section 1 copy.
Section 2 copies.
But I will say that was also the last community I was actively working for free. All the other communities I'm working for free for right now are, there's something else I'm getting out of it, but that one I was purely working for free. And I've kind of wrote that out from my, I guess my standard operating procedure of just no more freebies. I have a business to run at this point, and I gotta maintain that.
Convoy will be Section 1 lead, Section 2 in the middle, and then command to the rear.
That sort of thing.
Section 2 copy, guys. We're in the second pick right now.
Can we get a bet on how many civs are gonna be killed?
Someone needs to tell Demon
if you
to
want,
dismount and then
but
remount.
I'm gonna be honest, they're actually really good at not killing civs. So, I mean, fine if you want. I'll put a prediction up. If you really want, well, yeah, you know, it's your choice. How many civs will
Section 1 stepping off.
now?
Ooga booga been a while since I caught a stream.
Section 2's moving.
I'll just write if the players will pass the APA today. Yes or no. I'm going to be honest, they're probably going to pass, guys. I don't really have anything heavy planned, but I'll let you be the judge. But Jonesy, thanks for the tier 1 sub. Bower King, thanks for the 30-month resub as well. Hope you both keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. I do have some things planned, though, so we'll just have to see how this all goes. Well, no, I'm just basing off the mission requirements. And the mission requirement is they can't kill more than 5, and they have to capture all flag positions. That's to get them to 2 points for the mission, and the third is if they don't have more than mathematically 4 KIAs. So we'll base it off that. They pass the mission perfectly, and they have to maintain all of those numbers. But let's see, if I'm going to walk them in a counterattack, then we need to push forces out, and I need to have RPG capability. So let's go ahead, get that done, and yeah, I had myself here.
Section 1 will dismount momentarily.
Alright, go to your assigned sides of the town, dismount, and start pushing in.
Right off the bat, we got some people going down.
Section 2, you got contacts north-northwest of your position.
2 copies.
Now, they also have a lot of crew-served weapons. Each group has an SPG-9 and an AGS to work with, but the infantry have just kind of been pushed down. There was no effort to put any Overwatch elements down, and that might cost them here. Instead, they went for a very nasty direct exchange. This group is going to be able to have this opening to work with. Now I'm hearing the AGS firing at this fortified position. What I'm worried about is the sheer amount of units here, and then we do have an RPG gunner firing at the BTR there, so they're ducking back. Infantry up here on a bit of a spearhead, but like right off the bat, we've got multiple casualties on the front side. So we need to see this group pulled over to assist, but at the same time, this is absolutely brutal at the moment. Medics are holding back.
I'm trying to get eyes on.
Evidently, section 1's down.
Yeah, so the entirety of Section 1 is down. They need to consider pulling the forces back over here because these guys are in a very dense struggle at the moment. Also, you notice all the little desync spikes that happen. Auntie is going to get me a new server to upgrade stuff because it's a bit of a mess. You got that audio bug right there massive amount of casualties in this initial push, we need to basically see this force called to back this group up because we have just this massive firefight right here. And this is 1 life too, so if they push in, then ugh. What they really should have done was established Overwatch control with the high ground and set up statics to help hit that, because just pushing the forces in and keeping the group separated isn't really doing them any favors here. And I'm hearing no communication on 5-0 about this Mascaz here.
Literally 20 meters from enemy.
And you're just seeing them get cut down right here.
This is Section 1 to Section 2. What's your status?
Section 1, be advised, we're currently engaging hostiles. Pushing through our now.
Copy, be advised. Section 1 is taking heavy contact. We're trying to work it out, but we could use some assistance if possible.
Roger that.
IRL first. That has always been my line. Now you've got the BTR being dangerously pushing up right here, but I'm surprised we're not seeing the medical support push up. At the same time, I don't think they know that this Mascaz is over here because it's just not being called up. So because of that break in communication, this force isn't able to report how dangerously screwed it is. They're at 25% strength at this point.
I'm trying to figure that out right now.
And Audrey Hotto died on... Wow. So he... I'm going to have to cancel the prediction because I think they already failed. So that body... Oh, boy.
This is Section 1, currently being overwhelmed. Too many hostiles.
What's the problem?
Everybody break contact.
Devil.
Section 1, you're being flanked from the southwest.
Okay, stand by.
Thank you.
Take mine, it's on the ground. Now what I need to do is get a team leader kit here.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
This is Section 1, currently trying to grab all the people into the BTR so we can pull and not leave people behind. That are
So
still...
why is Audrey Hotto immediately dead? From the dismount right here. Was he just left behind, or... Because he was... I thought he was a team leader.
How goes?
It is 1 life, right? It is... yeah, so... wow. Okay, sorry. Processing that. That, I guess, is just a failure in the Battle Buddy system, if no one noticed you. I mean, this other group got completely Mascaz. We'll see how many KIAs happen out of that, but damn. Sorry, buddy. That wasn't the intention.
Say again, what do you need?
Asking how goes Section 2. Are you grouping?
But how are you doing now that you're in chat?
So far,
Sorry,
we're
man.
probably about 98%, 90%.
Breaks my heart when people die within the first, like, firefight, but...
Alright, once you've completely cleared
that's
your
up to the
side,
player base to keep themselves organized.
south and come towards
I don't think
Section
they should have
1
vehicled
from
up to this
the
town,
western side of the town and push
yeah,
towards
whatever.
them, clearing enemies as you go.
Yeah, so you got Cat for Hire dead. Hobo also disconnects, just, oh, brutal.
This is Section 1, currently pulling back. We are moving north to the Section 2.
So I'm bringing QRF
Section
into this
1, you've
town
left your GMG.
because everything is down, but...
I care more about the men than the GMG.
So they're repositioning to get behind
I don't
this
see
group.
any more contacts coming from the southwest, Section 1.
So we've had 3 KIA. I'm going to be honest, I need to void the poll because if you have... at this point, because it's still active and it's already failed, Yeah, so 1 second. Sorry, gonna delete that. No, they can't, because more than 4 people have died. So it's GG on the 3 points. They can still get 2, but we'll see. I'm not going to change my plans for what I had planned here, because I was also going to put up a... Yeah.
This is section 1, you're currently at section 1, you're staying in a bit here and can...
Well...
We have casualties at this...
Oh, dear.
I'm bringing a 3rd medic.
Need a Ural.
I'll go section 2.
Good, good.
Yeah, 3 KIA, and then Adriano got 1 tapped, and that's it. Jeez. So the initial plan I had here was basically to throw out an attack wave of one of those large squads with a supporting team to kind of push in as your force pushed out. But what ended up happening was you guys literally dismounted at the edge of town and broke your force into 2, and one of them ran into that attack wave. And with very catastrophic results. Have they ever outright failed a training? Oh, yeah, they have, Freak. Especially in the early stages. There's definitely been a few 1-point ops, that's for sure. Basically, you get 1 point for attendance. The second point is if you complete all objectives on the side, and the third point is if you do it within, and maintain a certain amount of players in the operation. But yeah, so now I got this QRF coming down. Waiting for those units to pathfind.
Section 1, mount you guys back up and push to section 2
so
and assist in clearing the town.
Copy, section 1 will go into section 2 terrain and from there push south.
Section 2, need the medic, I got 2 guys down.
So it looks like they spotted the BRDM and engaged it. That's good. The gunner's down. So now I'm going to try to order him to fall back so I can delete him.
Section 1 infantry coming down north.
Copy, do you want section 1 to deal with the QRF to the north?
Yeah. Section 1, hold position, dig in, we're gonna deal with this QRF.
Yeah, yesterday was nearly flawless. It just one team got lost, which happens. But this one,
push back to section
just
1
a brutal start. And yesterday was the hardest one. You might have cursed it with the bet, Big, that's for sure. Yeah, no, that's kind of a flaw with the community, though, that I've established, is that the leadership really just depends on who steps up to take it. And some leadership styles are different than others, but it's not just leadership, though. constant communication is required, and what really caused, you know, a big amount of people to die here was it took entire minutes for someone to step up and state that there was a problem, even though ground command with the medics was literally right behind the line. So it just goes to show how important communication is, and when communication breaks down, that's it, you know? These guys never went to attack. That's... Alright, well now they're going to start opening up there. RPG's going out as well. What I'm worried about is one of those RPGs hitting.
Sections. Has anyone lost a member? I've got a no name on ground command.
What's his username?
There's only 3 people that have died, and then Adriano died because no one checked on him when he got one tapped when he was dismounting the BTR, so... Yeah, that's a big oops. These guys should have been opening up a lot earlier, but they weren't, so... Oh well. I thought I set them properly, but I didn't, so... Oh well, Zeus makes mistakes. Okay, so there's another one. That's 5 end at least confirmed, but yeah, it's... That's unfortunate. We also have a dead civvy over here. That's not good. Surprised they're not getting out the mortar and engaging. And I'm going to change up the tactics here. I'm going to send the stuff out and attack that position. Now we're seeing the AGS get out. Worried about an RPG gunner sniping one of the vehicles. I'm also going to commit this angle to push in. Oh, Beer's marked as away so no one can hear him. That's great. Attack wave, yep, they're dead. So now I'm just committing that force to push.
Be advised, commander's currently down to IC in charge. Section 2 situation location.
We're currently right next to man. Right now, we're bunkering in.
Repeat, you're very quiet.
So I'm having what remains of that garrison now group up.
Sex 2, repeat, lost.
Here, actually, I'm gonna have them just join that group.
Command back on that.
Command, what's him?
Section 2 is the fortified mark. Your accurate
no one can ever hear Beer.
Negative, be advised. We reach back and we are at your proximate location.
Mark yourself on map, please.
You know, I think that's always a phenomenon I have with my ops. The easier ones end up being harder, and the harder ones end up being easier. And I think that's because they look at, you know, an AO like this one, and they see how grandiose it is. And they're like, okay, step it up. It's the A game. But then you look at this AO and like, oh, this is half of what we just did. This should be easy. So they go in and they don't treat it as seriously, and then you have this. That tied in with the level of command. Just,
location marked.
Brutal. Very brutal. So they've got resupply in all these vehicles, so they're always going to have a good chunk of ammo. 100 mags, 35 machine guns. Logistics is a non-issue, especially since they made this entire AO work with their logistics. They should be fine. Plus, the enemy are using AKs too, so you never have to worry about that.
Through the town and just make sure it's 100% clear before pushing on.
Now again, there's going to be 2 more missions tied to this campaign before I shift it to something else. And have that go for,
just for dismount and move to our zones and make sure it's clear.
Dismount and move to RP1 together. Section 2 is pretty solid on that. They've cleared both sides of the town. But just to make 100% sure, have infantry move in front of vehicles through the town.
Copy that. Section 1 will move to the southern side of town then to make sure that it's clear.
I'm going to reform this guy behind his infantry. And then we're going to push the vehicle up with that infantry group as we regroup for one final push-in. But usually for training ops like these, usually it is a case of, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And today is definitely a step back day. But that's okay, as long as people learn from their mistakes. Otherwise, they're just going to keep getting smacked. Though the tagged op is going to be interesting for what I have planned on Tuesday, because I have 2 ops that are going to basically be mechanized infantry. So we're going to have at least a Bradley involved. We're going to have a UH-60 involved because it's going to be a multi-life op. So UH-60 is going to be in charge of reinserts. But I think it's only going to be a 2-life op. But the people I'm going to have come in to be op for, it's going to be a mix of civilians and some other stuff. But yeah, no, it'll definitely be interesting. It'll be what I wanted to do with Karma Cut's community, but on a smaller scale. And it's not meant to be direct PvP, it's meant to just be, roleplay. I have a feeling these assets out here were meant for making the town, but the mission maker never deleted them for debug, so that's okay. Alright, now I just need that gunner to start shooting. Daz was in the open a little bit, he got hit. That RPG gunner, he's playing that little game where he doesn't want to pull the RPG out. Sir, the lid. There we go. No, the lid. He's dead.
This is section 1, currently setting up a fortified building.
The lid, sir.
Roger that.
The lid.
People looking northwest.
The lid.
I think it's technically.
Yes.
Heading down section.
There we go.
Section 2's BTR, just got swear.
The lid. Oh. I was fully expecting him to get shot, but oh god, there goes Lolo. I've watched BTR survive AT rounds though, but some hits get him. They're calling that as a BRDM, that's just attacking, but...
It's somewhere northwest of the burning BTR.
Surprised that Civ stayed alive through all the suppressing fire. I'm a little worried about Whimsical right now, because if this does another cook-off hit, that could knock him out.
Morning, when you get here,
Tourniquet.
Yep, that's what I was worried about. I think we just heard an RPG fire. Yeah, so now they're on defend only and they're actually pulling away. which I appreciate because this is going to show a pullback. I'm thinking once they start getting to the outskirts of town, I'll send an attack again, but just to give the locals time to regroup their forces.
Section 1, we took out the on the BRDM at this time.
Brutal.
Go been attacked.
Fog is down. Currently, we're trying to get him up.
Whew. So at most, this will be a 2-point gain, which
Section
I know
1.
some people have. They're either new or they waited to get the tag.
I need you to push north to the northern side of the village and help deal with the infantry pushing on Section 2's position.
But I do appreciate the AI doing a defend on
northwest enemy.
Now, what I can also do is start taking civies and putting them in the next line of buildings. Because I'm reusing them. Cool. A lot of suppressive fire going on. Wow.
This is Section 1. What policy do we have on the ammo boxes with explosives and I think rockets?
You're gonna need to blow them up. I say use them.
Make sure Section 1 will capture the enemy supplies then.
Make sure it's an actual asset and not just a map asset.
My boy is
I agree,
tracking the crate, and I think
I'm looking into that.
Yeah, we have it in the BTR for resupply.
That might be for like December or something. Because I've got a plan for
pushing
everything.
up your BTR that far forward, it's our last vehicle.
Yep, we know.
Section 2 is down.
They lose the Land
We are
Rover
currently patching.
Well, they have this too, but I think this can only carry like 4 people at a time.
Section 1 to Section 2, what is your current contact?
Watch out, I'm getting blood,
We're all coming from the northwest.
This is ground to Section 1. Contact is coming from is coming from west-northwest.
Copy
Good job
that.
of taking out some of the more key units here. We'll see, Sunzi.
I thought you CPR'd him.
I thought you guys already.
Yep.
Alright.
When you see your tango, use that radio. You have an alternate channel.
Okay.
This is Section 1.
That gets you a silver Lance Full of badge. Thank you for all your support. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Alright, I'm going to start setting up the next wave here. And oh god, what did I do? I accidentally fat-fingered both the C and the V key at the same time. That's what I'm going to do.
Section 1 is pushing back. Section 2 will need a medic.
Set up another ambush here. We're at 5:25. We did start 10 minutes early, but ooh, brutal. And have a force in reserve right there, ready to push in, because I don't think I'm gonna have anything else to counterattack. I'm gonna give them a breather to kind of sweep through, but we'll see how they redeploy themselves. I'm not sure they can all fit in the BTR, but we'll see.
Section 2, with the loss of the vehicle, it's just going to be infantry march for all of us with the BTR taking up the rear with Command Vic. We're gonna do an infantry march all the way to the next town.
This is Section 1. I think we could manage with other people on the BTR just going slowly and dismounting early, so we won't have to track what is it, a click.
With the amount of contact we're facing, it will be a continuous stop-start, 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 so we're just going to leave at this part.
I mean, they just bum-rushed this town and took like 5 to 7 KIA, so...
There's a ground to hide. Do we have any friendly assets we can call in and support?
Negative. You are the spearheading force at this time. Other assets are currently supplying and fortifying positions that have already been taken. Over.
Roger that.
So, having an infantry screen for the remaining assets should make sense, right? And then, if it comes under contact, you can also have a team of people with the BTR to just use the weapon crews to then dismount the assets and move things in. I think they're overcorrecting from their lessons they learned last time, especially with the mortars. The mortars would have been great to utilize here, or even at point blank right here when they were right there.
Section 1 at the back with the rest of my infantry.
I think they want to at least reserve a mortar for the final position, which is fine. But that's why I gave them 2 mortars, so they can use the second mortar for the stuff at the end, and then, you know, they can use the first mortar for stuff right now.
Section 2, Lead, you still on that? Section 2 lead on 50.
Yeah, keep it to debrief if you're gonna yell at certain people. Yeah.
Section 2, this is
Section 47. Hope you enjoying everything. Hope you get a nice kick out of this.
I got my guys west weekend. Clearing out houses.
I thought you were dead, Sunzi. Alright, sweet.
Wait, Sunzi is dead. Sunzi, it appears you have an imposter. Oh, well, Falcon got banned because he said I had to stick up my ass. So, yeah, we're not dealing with him anymore. But yeah, no, that was during the armor op. He slotted as his own thing. He asked for AI to be with him. I'm like, no, that kind of defeats the point of the op because I want people to communicate with each other. And then he's like, well, I guess I'll reslot because apparently Liru has to stick up his ass about it. And I'm like, okay, you don't have to play here. So I just removed him from everything. I don't mind us bullshitting in a chat. I don't mind us, you know, in other games insulting each other. But if you're going to come into my community where I work and make my money... And then,
Section 1 is forming up,
you know, where I spend all my time working, and then say, "Oh, he's got to stick up his ass about it." And no, I'm not gonna deal with that shit.
Yeah, both sections head to the RP point on the far west.
Sorry to say, I'm not gonna deal with that one, Chief.
Keep your map markers on your pauses as best you can, as well as we move forward.
Ah, man. I already have enough to deal with, man. I'm a tired Lance Corporal. Don't need any more of those non-issues. I think we can all agree on that, too. We all have stuff we gotta deal with in our lives, and we could minimize that low-level BS. That would be great.
Section 1 at RP1.
Section 2
or RP1.
You here?
Hey, firm, we're here.
Alright, Section 2, you've got the numbers, so you'll be leading the convoy on foot. Section 1, have your infantry be 360 around your vehicle in the rear, and then command will take up the actual rear.
Copy that.
Alright.
2 copies. Alright, Alpha Bravo on me on the road.
Yeah, I do gotta play more Starship Trooper, but at the same time,
We're gonna do a stagger calm on this road.
God, I love that issue. I'm gonna be honest though, I've been playing Dark
Also,
Side.
Section 2, this is Section 1. If your guys need any resupply, we still have lots of max in the BTR.
And
so
if you've been watching Dante's stream, you've seen me been playing with him on Dark Side. It's the new update. I'm gonna be honest, I kind of wish they released that game at the base, but I'm just happy to have it now. It's a lot to relearn, but once you do, I'm just really happy they didn't mess with the shock maul. But at the same time, they made it so that zealots can't re-heal all their HP when they're wounded, but they've just in turn made them a lot tankier. And the shock maul still just has a massive AoE stun if you get a proper one. Hey FR, how you doing? I haven't tried the crack grenade yet. I think the only 2 classes I've played with the new update is Preacher and Ogren, but I really appreciate the Rock now with Ogren.
Time to move, people.
It's basically your anti-mutant or anti-sniper
Section 2 up
fixer.
front, Section 1 in the middle.
And then Dante's been making jokes about now the shield build is probably the most overpowered build in the game because there's a lot more focus on support rather than just raw DPS. Which again, raw DPS builds, you could easily do a Damnation on it, but they also introduced Oryx, which are basically Damnation or Heresy, but with very high intensity stuff added to it, but that was tough to win without supports, but now there's more supports too. But anyway, that's another thing to talk about later down the line.
Section 2 is moving now.
Alright, I'm gonna throw some picket stuff at them.
Compris. Entendu. Reçu 565. Reçu. Out. Out.
And just time it with those infantry teams to move in. I will say, though, they definitely did up the amount of monstrosities you run into on Damnation. Like, it's at a minimum 2. It's
Command,
nuts.
road T's ahead. Do you want us to go left or right?
We had a Beast of Nurgle and 2 Chaos Spawns.
We are turning right.
For one mission. Like, our first mission
Section 2, you will
on
take
Damnation.
the first right and then second
It's funny
left.
as hell. That was on the frickin' Metafab, or Metafab, the Metal Fab, that's it. The train yard, simple raid, and it was like, damn, everything. But yeah, no, I'll start streaming that game again soon. I'm just trying to get the damn soundbite stuff working, but the DayZ server fell apart because of miscommunication, and I've realized I'm not going to be able to replace that, so I've been working on getting a different solution out there, just, on top of all this other stuff I got to do, and it's like, god damn. That's why long-term, I'm working on a new Zeus plan to help take off some of the stress of that.
Contacts west, contacts west. Infantry, all sections, hold position, dig in and deal with contact.
BRDM's now coming in. Oh, Cage and Daz. Cage doesn't survive that one. Daz barely does. Oh, that's not good. And just like that, we have a mass Kaz.
Backing line of fire, drive.
BRDM down the road, 340.
It's been disabled and killed.
Oh, that is brutal. That's what, 5 or 6 people down? And this is just 2 teams with the BRDM. We haven't gotten to the heavy stuff yet. Yeah, they're still in reserve.
Eyes on and kick ground heading down right next to the BTR.
Yeah, infantry at touching distance west.
Am I losing my sanity? Yeah, it's 50 even. This shouldn't really affect anything, though. Alright, I'm gonna call on the heavy support. And then it's open to the village. They've already had such a big drain on resources. That's another thing too. All of the medics have been kept in the rear line, and I think that's also the first week that they've just done that. Nah, Flog, it was BRDM that just sniped everyone, and it wasn't dealt with in time.
Ground this is section 1. I think section 2 might be currently in process of being wiped. I'm seeing a lot of bodies north of the BTR.
This is section 2. I think I'm the only one left.
Pull back. We're gonna try and push up to section 2's location. They're a bit further ahead of us on the road.
Yeah, this is section 1. I'm seeing a few bodies about 30-40 meters
they might not even be able to complete this one.
North of the BTR. Further, where there's a cluster of rocks left side of the road, there's an additional
This one, I'm going to be honest, I think they just ran out of manpower to properly secure things. That BRDM wasn't taken out fast enough, and it was able to literally knock out most of the entire section. So I think now it's just them being overwhelmed. This was meant to be a picket force that they were supposed to blow through because they didn't have any AT, but yeah, now we're seeing the support weapon come out. That is a lot of KIA.
Section 1, we're going to use your BTR to push forward.
What I'm worried about, though, is we have AT coming up.
This is section 1, we'll try, but there is a lot of infantry and I don't know what the status is on the RPGs.
We'll see them try to hold out here.
Just have your infantry keep moving forward.
And then one argument I'm already prepping myself for is, well, if we had marksmen, but at the same time, I don't think marksmen would have fixed the communication issue that started in the beginning. And then, oh, okay, that just got broken.
If anyone is on this net, please just relay to everyone. Just load anyone you can into the BTR so we can move. Also, I'll be honest,
now we're starting to
I
envelop.
don't think we're able to any contact with too many losses.
This is ground to high. Mission is Fubar. I repeat, Fubar.
Roger. Pull back to friendly positions, and if you believe it is Fubar, over.
All sections, pull back, pass it down.
That was what I was waiting for. No FR.
Confirm me.
Element leads. We're gonna up at the fortified building in the previous village.
All right, I'm gonna start running people down.
No, just keep it back.
Find it interesting that we have a marksman up ahead.
9, 16, 15.
Pushing the advantage here.
Yep.
So I think the next mission, what we'll do is we captured that town, so we'll start from there, and then I might just push forces north instead, and we'll focus on that AO.
You know what, guys? I'm sorry to say this, but we are leaving.
Fair enough.
Leave him and we are moving now.
I'm turtling.
I heard them. Oh, Charlotte. Charlotte got away.
Section 2 is only 1 man.
Yeah, if you're on this net, get to the fortified marker in the town. We'll do as much medical as we can before we need to start running again. We're going to go back to the patrol base. If you need to bypass the fortified mark, do it. Never mind.
Did y'all just see what he did? Oh.
Okay, calm down. Calm down.
Yeah, I did gun down 3 people because they were trying to do medical, and I had forces right on top of them. By then, we were wrapping things up. But here, let me give 1 second.
So alcohol, anybody?
Kind of glad I didn't take it out of war and waste it on this.
Alright. So I think the, this is something to be expected. Again, you know, 1 step forward, or 3 steps forward, 1 step back on occasion. And this one was definitely our 1 step back. Sorry, trying to get teams.
That was more than 1 step, Liru.
Yeah, so what really happened there was a breakdown in communication for the first assault. There were 2 major, well, there's a major and a minor issue. First off, the group that went north, you had 1 member dismount, he got headshotted, and no one went and checked on him, and he bled out. That was an easy thing to fix. Again, I keep stressing the battle buddy system, but that would have fixed that issue, but no one checked on him, and you guys literally didn't find him till after the other thing happened, which was the major issue. To explain the Zeus side of things, I was going to basically have, you know, a standard squad of infantry with 1 RPG and, you know, some MGs, and then an assistant, the team, quote-unquote, of the 6 people which you normally fight. Hold on, there's a groundhog running through my... What the hell? Sorry, that has nothing to do with this right now. I just thought that was really funny. What really happened was I was basically sending a force up to engage you guys to kind of time, you know, 2 attacks happening at the same time. And what I didn't expect was you guys to literally drive right up to the edge of the town and dismount and push in. You had a hill to stage from. Staging from that hill would have given you some great overwatch with your assets, such as the SPG-9s, the AGSs, the mortars, but instead you all kind of just drove right in. So 1 squad ran into that attack, like, right on the bottom right corner of the town, and got very overwhelmed, and no one was able to step up until minutes passed by. And by then, you started taking KI. You still did the right thing. You loaded everyone up in the BTR and you pulled back. It was risky to do, but you made it work. But unfortunately, by then, too many people bled out. You lost, I think, 6 people to that. And then Adriano was the 7th. And then you still carried through. You dealt with the hill assault really well. You then pushed through that town. You then pushed to the next area. I sent a picket force to deal with you. No one was able to deal with the BRDM in time, and it pretty much sweeps through an entire squad. And then the forces that had set up an ambush decided to push in with the picket force and overwhelm you and force you guys back. So overall, I think that was just a lesson in staging and communication. People still stepped up. It just needs to be quicker because otherwise people die. And again, I know that we don't stress this a lot, but reconnaissance of your AO, especially when you have a means to do it, is also really good. This time, compared to the last stop, you guys just drove in, you blew through an ambush, got lucky that an RPG didn't take you out. It happens. But especially when you have the means to do reconnaissance, again, you were right next to a really big hill. Going on that big hill would have really helped you out to see, oh, there's a bunch of dudes that are coming towards us. And then you could have stayed from there and taken them out. So just be mindful of that, because as I notice you guys are getting comfortable with communications, we're going to start throwing in other things that I feel like this community needs to work on. And one of them is, again, reconning things out, because if you just go in blindly, good communication won't always save you. So take this as a learning lesson. This has happened a few times in the start of this program. Nothing to be ashamed about. I just hope you learn from it, because if you don't, then, well, we're just going to have a standstill. But I'm going to start putting people on the training tag for 1 point today for attendance, and yeah. Otherwise, we'll just have ground, then Section 1 lead, then Section 1 Alpha and Bravo, and then Section 2, and then Section 2 Alpha and 2 Bravo. So, ground, go ahead.
Yeah, I think comms probably as good as they were going to get today, considering the continuous fighting we were being in and people going down over and over again. But yeah, I've got nothing specific for anyone. It was just, I'm gonna implement recon a lot into my GC now, where normally we don't do it, if at all. So yeah, it's just more. I'm gonna take on a lot from this up myself personally. I've got nothing for anyone else, but section leads, you did well. Yeah. Do I see?
Mac?
Oh. Son of a bitch. There we go. Yeah, compared to yesterday, I don't think there was much communication, especially when we got into contact. It's when we got into contact, I heard pretty much nothing on radios, etc. when I was listening. If there's nothing going on in radio, as the ground commander, it's good to just ask around for a bit of information so he keeps tabs on what's going on. Reading the map will be extremely important in tactics that the units we're using currently, like light infantry with small vehicle support, because the terrain will, well, as we saw, the small hills, etc. There's a pretty bad ambush spots if you don't scout them out or move according to them. So if we just stick to the road, the enemies can just like literally get on top of us. Yeah, that's about it, I'd say.
All right, Section 1 lead.
My guys did all right, I think. The first contact was a giant pile of mess. Enemies got on top of us, people went down fairly quickly, and yeah, by the end I yelled to get people into the BTR and just run. Wasn't able to do much else. We lost I think just over the half of
6.
6 people. After that, surprisingly, we haven't lost anyone until the very end. So I'll say this: communication has more of stick together, so you can see whenever anyone from your team gets down or not. And yeah, it was a mess. Section 1 Alpha.
1 Alpha here. Unfortunately, I couldn't say much because I pretty much died in the first 2 minutes of contact. But in terms of engaging contact, we did relative okay. Relatively stuck around together. But yeah, after that, I have no words. Don't know what was happening.
I don't know if Sunsy's AFK or not. I was the appointed 2IC.
Hi,
okay.
Jizzy.
Is he there?
Yeah. So I'm gonna go over pretty much everything. So it's gonna go kind of a rant. We didn't pick on. We had a plan that involved us driving 2 BTRs into a town, or very close to a town, to a distance that they could easily hear us coming. We dismounted in an area with absolutely no cover, with a tree line and 100 meters to the town. Met a squad. Both sections of both Alpha and Bravo of Section 1 pushed to the contact. My team did actually fantastically. They formed a perfect line with their buddies at a decent spread distance on trees and engaged the contact. Hazmat went down before I did. I then watched my 2IC go down, and then I went down trying to rescue him. In that whole fight, upon me going down, our SL did not call for any mass cas, did not check in with either of his TLs, and spent most of the time yelling at people to get into a Vic that didn't have a radio over the radio. I don't know why it's not a thing here to read the brief, and I also don't know why it's not a thing. Okay, I'm gonna go on this.
Calm down.
Yes, 1 second. So pretty much, unless I'm mistaken, Liru's probably gonna correct me on this if I am. Bad plans are bad plans. If you are in a position of command, even if you're not the top command, you have this wonderful thing called making a suggestion, so that we don't just continually do shitty plans, such as dismounting within 100 meters of a town. I don't believe it breaks the chain of command to go, hey, I think this is a bad plan, and suggest something. And then if other people also think it's a bad plan, change the plan. We have a really bad habit of just following them through and not doing anything about it. It's getting us killed every single week. Communication is then getting us killed when it breaks down, and it's getting old. That'll be my 2 cents. Thank you for my team for doing amazing.
The only thing I'm going to intervene with is I agree with you. The whole point of these training ops, though, is to see what happens with bad plans and to hopefully learn from it. But I would also like to see people, if they are fed up with it, take command next time. Fix it. Be an example, and then other people will learn from it, because I think the only reason we've had a string of good ops is because we've had certain people in certain positions that flow well with each other. Karn and MacMarine, for example, are 2 people here. I will admit they have very different command styles and personalities, but they communicate, and they'll still make things work in an operation because of that level of communication. So just, I would say step up. Because otherwise,
I would like to.
Go ahead.
I would like to say, personally, I know, because I've tried SLing, I'm fine in TL, but as I go up that rank, I can't do it. It starts to stress me out too much, and it ruins my enjoyment.
That's
but
fine.
I'm tired of personally being in a squad every single week and hearing the squad leads complaining about who's stepping up. I mean, it was more insane that I heard people say it during the op, about 20 seconds after slotting,
then you
we
can
had to wait for
call up on the chain and make that suggestion, because you are in a command position at that point as a team lead with people under your command.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we can complain all we want in this debrief, but it's not going to fix anything until we get to the next stop.
Also, additional note, you say you're stressed. I can tell you, just from this op, the command elements are even more stressed, and we will make mistakes
that's what I'm
because
saying.
of that.
I get stressed, therefore I'm saying the reason I don't command is because it stresses me out.
Right.
That's exactly what I just said. I understand that it's
some
stressful.
of the ops I've commanded, Jesus Christ.
I understand that it's stressful, but that's why I'm not doing it, because it will stress me out to a point that I won't be able to do it. So
Again,
if you want
in
to
the
try,
future,
no.
then you can put suggestions up the chain. But
Yeah.
Again, like, it wasn't, there were multiple things that were wrong in this scenario, and if one of them was corrected, maybe, actually, it would have gone differently. But the whole point of these training ops is to intentionally make a difficult op so we can see where the flaws are in this community, but always allow for people to step up and do stuff. That's it. That's the whole point.
The issue is certain people take suggestions better than others.
Yep.
And certain people don't take suggestions at all.
If I might make an input as 2IC for Alpha, to quote Rooster, holy shit, what the fuck was that? The main issue I observed was, honestly, when the Mask Has event happened, and at the point where we were pulling out, or rather what remained of Section 1 was starting to pull out because they realized, oh shit, we're getting fucked over here. I was on the radio listening in because I was 2IC for Alpha of Section 1, and maybe I just didn't hear, but at no point did I hear Charlotte call up and say, we need immediate reinforcements here. Section 1 is getting clusterfucked. We are mask hazed right now, and we need medics on our position times now. What was a horrible situation became even worse because the section command just did not make it known to the other command elements that we were getting plastered on the wall.
Can Charlotte's 2IC interject really quickly?
Well, okay, no, let me interject about something else. I've assigned everything on the training tag. If you didn't get a point today, please shoot me a message and I'll correct that, because not everyone's here, and I just base it off of attendance for debrief. So, yeah, because I know tensions are high right now. So, anyway, continue.
I will say, when it comes down to this community, I've seen this multiple times with Charlotte and Command, not naming names, a lot of people
you just
get
named
unnecessary. Well, no, I'm saying, well, you know what I mean. But anyways, people get unnecessarily bitchy and do not want to listen to what squad lead has to say, and will instantly either talk over or disregard what
no,
the guys
call
say.
them out. Because they're not going to learn if they stay in the shadows.
I've seen Sam do it. I've seen multiple people do it at this point. And every time Charlotte takes squad lead or takes ground command or whatever, it is an endless cavalcade of bitching, moaning, complaining, and never anybody actually steps up and does it.
And those are usually the ops where things fall apart, because people let their personal biases of people bleed into the game, and everything goes tits up. So at that point, either put your personal differences aside. I sometimes have to do that with certain people I don't like in this community when I'm on the ground. No offense to some of you people, you just rub me the wrong way, but we're here to play a video game. And unfortunately, with this video game, your performance affects everyone else. So if you can't be mature enough in a community where you're supposed to be at least 16 years of age, because that's what I consider mature, then don't play here. Go play, go into Ignis. Ignis is a pretty good spot where you can actually be a bit of a buffoon, but still have a good time. Just don't be an ass. That's all I'm asking. Because otherwise everything falls apart.
Like, that's the thing. I've done a lot of ground commanding in the past. I've done squad leading in the past. I've done a lot of that shit in the past. And a lot of the times it makes the situation worse when you know the people under you are just not going to fucking listen and do their own thing anyways. So what's the point of trying to interject if they're just going to shut you down or go do their own thing anyways? I can fully understand that at that point. It sucks.
Also, advice we move to Section 2 finally.
I'm going to wrap the stream up here. I don't really have anything to say, to be perfectly honest. They went in with a bad plan. No one interjected about it. They executed the bad plan. They got murdered. We can talk all we want in debrief, but until people step up and learn from their mistakes, then what's the point? And this is coming from someone that's been doing this since 2016. You know what I mean? Like, the only thing that's going to fix it is if other people step up and do it, because I know some of these people for years. Some of them excel in certain areas, and some of them don't, and some of them let the personal biases get in the way. And one of two things happens. Those people either move on and stop playing, and then things change, or they actually mature, step up, and become a better player. One or the other is going to happen. It's just waiting to see what happens, but yeah, that's all I got. I'm just happy we have, let's see, what's 4 minus... So yeah, we got 50 people on the training roster. So Out of that, I need to do like a section to see how many people can actually show up for the tagged ops, but it looks like about 30 of them can show up for tagged, which is good because I wanted to do a small scale for the first tagged op anyway, and then we're going to have Dante's group come in as op for aggressors for that. So, yeah, no, that should be fun. But, you know, c'est la vie. It's just something to build on as we continue on in this community. So we'll be back in about 2 hours for some Vietnam stuff on the ground. I'm going to try to team lead in this operation because I need to step up and figure out how to do that because I'm starting to do that in the 506 anyway. But after that, we're going to have a lot of mission dev to do, and yeah, should be fun. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Hopefully I'll see you in 2 hours. Otherwise, cheers, guys, and have a good one.